Welcome back, everybody, to Starsong Academy. This is episode 7 of the Brisbane expedition. And today we start off at midnight in the abandoned Bunnings warehouse in the ruins of Brisbane, where our expeditioners are all currently asleep. It's a quiet night. However, the silence will quickly be broken as our camera pans in and we see the carnage that has already been wrought. Beginning with the once guard, nearly friend of Francis at the door, stabbed through the heart, bleeding out against the door. Go in the building and we see that nearly all of the people in this building, save a few, have been silently eviscerated. And Elawin, you awake with a snap, seeing the carnage around you, as you hear a from the other side of the building. What do you do?
She immediately stands up and starts heading over there. And as she's walking, she's going to summon just a dagger.
Okay. You make your way to the other side of the building, seeing children, mothers, cowering. They seem to be silent, looking at you with fear, pleading you for help. You can't tell. You see bodies strewn across the floor.
Do they appear to be going in a specific direction?
They do. It appears to be going towards the medical ward.
She's going to pick up the pace.
Okay, roll me flight.
Or
Okay. With a 4, you try to pick up the pace, but with all the bodies and frightened people, you find you cannot move very, very much faster than you already were. You get to the medical ward, and you see empty, save for one bed that you know is Orion's.
question really quick. Is our exhaustion all reset?
Yes, you may all reset your exhaustion if you have not already. And
So I assume that counted as a failed roll.
yes, you see looming over Orion's bed a very tall man in white robes with white hair and a scar across one of his eyes. You see as he holds this giant white sword created out of pure order magic. and you see where his eyes should be are leaking this black ichor. The pupils dilated and red. You would recognize this as a similar magic to that which Nigel used. And you see him look you in the eyes as he stabs his sword down into Orion.
As soon as this happens,
I would like you to roll initiative, please.
yay, and another flight check. Jeez. Not much better. 5.
Okay. Hello? Okay, that bot does not want to. Okay, I guess we're not using that track. That's okay, I have a backup. Don't know if this one will work, but we'll see. Sorry for the quiet, guys. None of the tracks that I picked are working. Oh my god. That'll do. So what did you get for your initiative?
5.
Okay. I will be rolling against you. And I will be rolling everything in the dice rolling chat so that you can, so we can be fully transparent here. Kraus got a 6.
He's got one more than I do. Of course he does. Same dice, just one extra +1.
So he is going to take his turn first. And this will be his roll to plunge his sword into Orion. Okay. You see as he stabs Orion straight down. Orion awakes and coughs up blood. And that's all he does.
Upon seeing this, the dagger in her hand just shatters as she bares her teeth and her eyes begin glowing with magic. The golden glow in her eyes seems to intensify.
Okay.
And is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to unfurl her wings and shoot towards him and attempt to grab his face.
All right, roll contested brawn.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
You
Oh.
grab him by the face, but it does not seem to faze him as you see him turn to you, letting go of the sword that is in Orion. And he just grabs you by your horns. You are getting in the way of my quarry. Begone.
She says nothing, but she bares her teeth and begins to growl.
All right. He is going to take his turn. And before he does, Orion is going to roll a death save. On his turn, he is going to, once again, out of this pure white magic, create a small dagger and attempt to stab you with it.
And she attempt to just bat his hand away.
If you'd like to oppose his fight with Braun, you may. We're both not rolling super hot today.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. What do you do?
After she bats it, she's just going to full on just deck him in the face, trying to push him away from Orion.
Okay, that will be Braun against his grit.
I'm going to use 2 points of AP to beat that.
Okay. You punch him in the face. You see he stumbles back just a little, spits out blood. I see not your connection to this one. You have never met him. I shall kill you like the rest.
Just who are you talking about?
Orion. He is to be executed by my hands. So are my orders.
I'll never let you do that in a million years. For as long as I draw breath, you're not touching him again.
Then you shall die trying.
She kind of looks back over at Orion.
Orion is going to roll his next death save. Okay.
How does he appear to be? Does he seem to be?
You can't really tell.
Poorly?
He's blood is leaking out of the sides of his mouth, and he's got both of his hands around the sword trying to push it out of himself. He's just looking at you, and he just seems to be crying. He can't even get any words out. And Cryos is going to jump at you. And you see as he grabs you by the horns, whips up, and tries to stab you with spikes on the bottom of his shoes.
She's going to grab his arms and try to twist out of his grip.
Oppose his fight with your brawn.
Oh, jeez.
That would be 2 degrees of failure, but he is going to use 2 AP to increase it to 3.
Ouch.
It's okay. He only gets 3 AP. He's not getting any more for failing things. He grabs you by the horns, pulls you down. You see these order magic spikes on his feet stab up into your chest. You can feel that the pain from these is not just painful, it's also very cold. And it feels like it is not only hurting your body, but also your soul.
She grits her teeth. So how many? So
That was
3 points of exhaustion.
Yes.
Ouch. And after that, she kind of takes a couple steps back and just kind of stares at this man for a moment before she shoots forward again and tries to grab his throat and push him against the wall, almost trying to break through it.
Okay. Roll brawn plus 5. I'll give you a bonus for that.
Woo! 22.
Okay, he's going to oppose it with his
That is
grip.
in the wrong chat. I moved it. I put it in the wrong. I rolled that in the wrong chat.
All right. That will be, you said 22. That will be 3 points of exhaustion for him as well. As you smash him through the wall outside.
Why are you doing this? Truly.
Because I can, and I must. These are my orders. I carry them out as I am told. You shall not get in my way.
She begins to get more angry just from the fact that he sounds so robotic about it. As sort of around her, there almost seems to be similar to heat lines starting to rise around her.
All right. Orion is going to roll what could be his final death save. Okay. He will not be rolling anymore.
Whether that's good or bad, I don't know.
And it will go back to Cryos' turn. You see as he steps back from you, and he calmly smashes his foot into the ground. And you watch as ice covers the entirety of the alleyway you are in. I need you to oppose this with flight.
Okay.
You are opposing a 29.
Jeez. Did she try to use her wings to kind of get that little extra boost to try to get out of the way.
You may roll it at a +3 if you attempt to use your wings, yes.
Ouch. That's gonna hurt a lot.
I will say, as it is, that is going to be 4 degrees.
I'm gonna use 2 AP. And since this is a spell, I get +2 with both of those.
Okay. So that would be what, 6 then?
It would be a plus. Well, it'd be a +4 to it.
Okay. So you'll go up to a 13 versus a 29 is. That will take it down to 3. So you only take 3 points of exhaustion from that. As this ice creeps up you and up your wings and causes frostburn all across your body.
Just the thought that she's failing and that Orion could be dead or near dead seems to push her over the edge.
I'd like you to make a chaos roll. You are looking to hit a DC of 80.
82.
Okay. You feel yourself getting enraged and starting to lose control as the chaos magic fills your body. But you manage to stave it off for now.
And as she's pushed to this edge, her horns seem to start to grow longer, and scales seem to start growing along her neck and sort of along her collarbone as well. And these scales start to seem to grow up her arm to around the middle of her biceps. As the heat around her seems to intensify.
Okay, what do you do?
And she's going to look at him. She's going to summon 3 crystals in each hand and sort of smash them together and create gauntlets that go up to the elbow.
Okay.
And as she does this, what almost looks like golden flames seem to wreath these gauntlets as she's going to fly forward and attempt to sort of jab him in the stomach.
Okay. Roll brawn plus magic. And you will get your +3 for this specialization. He got a 12.
Let's see, so it's the +4.
+3 for the specialization.
Yeah, no, +4 for just my brawn.
Oh, okay.
And plus magic. And then +3.
Yep.
So 29.
Okay. He is going to use his last AP to make that 3 degrees of failure instead of 4 to get a 13 to oppose your 29.
And as she's coming at him, she kind of straightens her hand and sort of stabs him in the stomach as these flames seem to burst against his skin, burning his chest.
You have great fight in you. It will be a shame to see this flame snuffed out under my heel.
Not if I crush that still beating heart within your chest, if you even have one.
There is no heart to crush, no soul to taint, no will to break.
Then I guess I'll just have to break your body instead.
That will be your only hope. But you would do well to protect your own. And you look down, and at your chest level, he summons a spear through you. And he is going to roll a fun check. You will be opposing this with your choice of Brawn or Grit.
Oh. Ah. Shit.
Unfortunately, that is a difference of 22, which is 4 degrees of failure.
And I think even if I put my 2 points in, I don't think it would change it.
You would have
That
to
would
get
make
it. You would need it to be 19 points of difference or less. So you need it to get past 10.
Okay, if I do use both points, that would push it to 11.
Okay.
I think I will do that.
Tell me how Elawin resists this.
As the spear seems to start to go through, she's going to grab it and break it off before it gets too deep.
I would like you to roll chaos again.
$112.
You manage to resist more. However, you feel that if you get any angrier, you don't know if you will be able to resist anymore, if it will even be possible.
That was another 3 points.
Yes.
Ooh. We're on the cusp.
And it is your turn.
The spear itself seems to melt away from the flames that seem to wreath her body. And more crystals seem to start to appear behind her. About the size of, say, a little bigger than like a basketball. Before all of them seem to shatter and sort of reform into 3 scaled plates that sort of just float behind her and sort of just seem ready to defend her.
Okay. So I will let you roll grit for this, plus magic, and that will add to whatever your next defensive roll is.
You said plus magic?
Yes.
Would it be plus specialization?
Yes.
15.
Okay. You will add 15 to your next defensive roll. And now that we are ending round 5, all Brisbane players may roll a brains check to attempt to wake up.
Surprised they didn't wake up from the giant crashing through the wall.
That is Rowan, Augie, Lysander. You may all roll brains to wake up. Rowan
Ooh,
is
baby.
EP. Rowan is so EP.
Rowan's very EP. Whereas
Okay, the
Lysander's
DC
up and at him.
8. So
Lysander's ready to go.
Lysander and Lysander and Augie, you may both roll initiative. Initiative is flight, so flight, yes. I don't have your character sheet pulled up. Sorry. It seemed to be a D10 plus 1. Oh, you already got it. Okay. So you both got a 3. The person with the higher modifier go. Oh, you have the same modifier. I'll roll or just both of you roll again, and this will just determine who goes first out of the two of you. Okay. So top of the round is still Cryos. Dragon woman, you seem to be very powerful. I wish I could have had you on my side. You see as some of this ichor stops forming around one of the eyes, as a little piece of ice forms over where the ichor should be. Tell Orion, tell him that I loved him so dearly. And then you see as the ichor begins to form again. And he is going to attempt something. I need you to roll grit.
Then would this be plus the 15?
Yes.
24.
Okay. You see as he tries to He summons a small dagger, and he tries to reach his arm around you and push it through both of you. But your plates around your back stop it.
Are you trying to play with my emotions now?
I am going to kill you. You will die.
And after that, she's going to... From these gauntlets come small, thin wires that seem to almost burn incredibly hot as she wraps them around his arms at the shoulders and tries to slice through them.
Okay. Roll brawn plus magic. And he is going to oppose it with his grit.
22.
Okay. He begins to bleed. And you see that this is not blood, but it is pure light leaking out of him.
Yeah, she was attempting to slice both of his arms off at the shoulder.
Yeah. You do not manage to take the arms off, but you get really deep with those fucking wires.
And she just kind of pulls them.
And he is pulled towards you. He manages to get his arms out, but he is still bleeding heavily. And Lysander, you shoot out of bed, feeling like something is terribly wrong. And your attention is quickly drawn to the bodies covering the floor. But more than that, you see Elawin and Cryos attacking each other, both going for the kill. And you are on the opposite side of an entire warehouse from both of them. What do?
I still have my broom, right?
Your broom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hop on that one and zoom over.
Okay, roll me a flight plus 10. You're looking to beat a 16 to get there this turn. There you go.
Yippee.
Next turn, you will be able to take an action here.
Yay.
So, all right,
He
Augie.
doesn't even notice Lysander.
And speaking of, Lysander, when you get here, you see Elawin is bleeding from everywhere, with namely one gaping wound in her chest, oozing blood. And you see Cryos is also covered in these wounds that are leaking light magic. What is Lysander doing when he arrives?
He's got his sword out. Just lets his broom fall on the floor.
Okay. Augie, you are next awake. You roll out of bed, groggy, also feeling like there's something happening. And you see the same scene. And you see as Lysander has dashed over there on his broom. see Cryos and Elawin both on their last threads of life.
Augie, she hazily looks at the scene laid out before her before jolting up, getting onto her feet and running at them, as trying to keep up with Lysander even though he's on the broom.
Okay, you do also have your broom, by the way.
I use my broom.
Okay, roll flight plus 10.
Yay.
In addition to whatever else you had, by the way. It's not just like a flat plus 10. You get an extra plus 10. Which, sorry, I should have specified that to you, Alec.
Hi, what did you say?
I think because of the plus 10, yours would have been plus 11. It doesn't matter, you still succeeded, so. So, Mayo, that is a 13, so you will have to continue moving on your next turn. Or,
Alright.
I will say that you could get to the medical ward, because you will also see Orion bleeding out with a sword through his chest.
Oh my word. Can I go to Orion?
Yes, you can get to Orion. And because he is significantly closer than they are, I will let you take an action.
Oh.
You get up to Orion. You see his eyes are closed. You cannot tell if he is breathing or not.
Ryan, I tried to shake him. Like, keep your eyes open.
Nothing. Where are you grabbing him to shake him? Just by his shoulders?
Yeah.
Yeah, his head just flops over to the other side.
Wake up. Wake up. What's the wound look like? What is the state of the wound right now?
You, now that you are this close, you can see the sword has gone through even the bottom of this bed.
Is he even breathing, or can I not tell?
You can roll me brains to find out. I will just let you know the DC for this is 10. So
You can push your AP.
you could use your AP to succeed if you would like.
I'll push my AP.
Okay. You inspect Orion, trying frantically to find a pulse, and as you are leaning over him to find a pulse, you hear as he is shakily breathing.
Ryan, could I... Oh gosh. Oh my lord. Is there a way to cauterize the wound, stop him from bleeding?
Okay. I will tell you that if you want to do this, it will take some precision, and it will be a decently hard roll. but you can try. In fact, I will even tell you what the DC would be right now. Let me just pull up your character sheet real quick.
Okay. Ryan.
Do you have your new character sheet, by the way?
Hold on. Let me repost the stats. I literally just added 1 to fight, 1 to flight. It's a.
Okay, you said 1 to fight, 1 to flight?
Yeah.
Okay. This will be a brains plus magic. The DC will be 12.
I'm gonna risk it. Augie places her hands over Orion's around the sword.
Okay. What'd you get?
No, I think it was plus magic as well.
Yep.
Do you have one more? No, that wouldn't be enough. I was gonna say you have one more AP. That wouldn't be enough. Did Augie specialize in fire magic?
Yes.
Yes, you do have a specialization in fire.
So would that give it another +3?
Yes. So you hit a even 12.
Oh my goodness. Augie places her hands around the wound, essentially wrapping her fingers around the sword just to get her hands in place. And they heat up, turning a bright red as they heat up, spewing magic.
Ow! 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 You
Hold
just...
still. Hold still.
Ow! Why? Lucky, why?
I'm helping you. I'm helping you.
Why is he here?
Who? Cryos?
You look over at the scene with Elawin, and you see that the man that is attacking her is indeed Cryos.
Cryos did this to you?
He woke me up, and he said that it was my time. I don't want to go.
You won't go. It isn't your time. It isn't your time at all. He doesn't get to decide that. That isn't for Cryos. Why would Cryos do that?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be a burden. I'm... Aki, I would like you to roll chaos. Elawin, you as well, as this will be the bottom of the round.
Oof.
Okay, Augie, you succeed. Elawin, you do not. Elawin, on your next turn, you need to kill this man. You feel yourself completely lose control. And I will let you interpret this as you will, but you will get a plus 15 to whatever offensive check you make.
Okay.
But first up is Cryos' turn. You see as he is clutching one of his shoulders, he manages to reach up an arm. You have brought friends. It is a shame that they will have to die as well. And he is going to make an attack roll against Elawin and Lysander. And for the first time, we are going to see Order Magic used offensively. So Cryos will get a total of a 39, which is past 40. But it is within 11 of 50. So that will be a 39 is your DC. However, Cryos is also going to have to roll against it.
Question.
Answer.
Could she rip up the very ground to try to use it as a shield
Yes.
and infuse her crystals to try to reinforce it?
I will let you roll Brawn plus Magic, and whatever you get will also be a bonus to whatever Lysander is rolling. So you can protect the both of you. Lysander, I do need you to roll Grit, please. And then I will tell you both what happens.
Okay.
That's a nice lucky break, Alec. This is the time. Alright, so 14 plus 5 plus 15. So you get a 34. So you only are going to take 1 degree. Tell me what Lysander does to block this.
I completely mind blanked for a second there. I kind of like lift my sword in a defensive manner, and when I do like a kind of wall wave thing of water comes up with it.
Hell yeah. Augie, you see from a third-person view as Cryos reaches his arms up, and you see the magic shoot out of him, as from his chest shoots out a scythe-like beam of energy. Which cuts through this stone and is barely blocked by Daedalus. However, Lysander does push you back onto your knees. And Elawin, you will take... You got what, a 15? That is a 24-point difference. It's 4 degrees. You take
4 degrees.
4 points of exhaustion. And Cryos will take 5. As he collapses. And Rowan, you may now roll again to wake up. No, Alec, you're good.
Brains. Brains again?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that puts me at the 10 threshold.
That only puts you at 10?
Well, no, that puts me at the 10 threshold and then
What?
3 over.
Okay. That's what I need to know. So you would be at 13 out of 10 right now.
Yes.
So,
13.
the way death saves work, now is the perfect time to explain it. If you get over 10, 10 is stable. So if you are 10 out of 10, you are just knocked out. Anything over is dying. Every turn, you will roll a d100. Anything 1 to 50 is an additional degree of exhaustion. If you hit 15, you die. And I will let you know that as Lysander, as you see Cryos fall to the ground along with Elawin, you see as that ichor begins to drip down the sides of his eyes and leave his body.
Can I run over and dump water on him to wake him up?
Yes. However, first, Elawin, as you were next up after Cryos, you will have to roll your first death save.
It's just a D100.
Yep. Above 50 is -1 exhaustion. Below 50 is +1.
Jeez.
You will now be at 14 out of 10. I will say, you do not have to use necromancy to heal somebody's points of exhaustion. Lysander, you're up.
Oh boy. Okay, so both of them have blood loss, right?
Blood is a variable term.
Alright.
Elawin's
Well,
bleeding
Elawin has
blood.
blood at least.
Cryos
Okay.
is not.
Alright.
A
Well,
lot of blood.
Can I try and switch up my orb to coconut water?
Yeah.
Is that a brains orb?
It's a very low DC, but yeah. It's just a DC 6.
Oh, I literally can't lose.
If you rolled a nat 1, it would be a fail, but
And plus
I would get
magic
7
too.
then.
natural ones on checks like this are just an automatic fail.
Sad.
Actually, wait, no, they wouldn't be. Never mind. Forgive me. Yeah, you just can't fail this, literally. Yeah, you succeed.
Alright.
It's coconut water.
It's coconut water.
And I will let you roll brains again to treat. The way that treatment works
Is
in
this
this.
also magic?
Yep. So the way that treatment works is you will tell me what you want to do. I will tell you the roll, and your DC is their current points of exhaustion. So you have to beat a 14 to decrease it by 1.
You do still have your 3 AP, I believe.
This is true. I guess I'll use 2 of them.
Okay. Elawin, you may take off 1 point of exhaustion. Augie, you're up. We are going to be in initiative until until everybody is out of death rolls.
Cool.
Good or bad.
Update on Orion.
Orion seems to be breathing pretty steadily. Weak, but steady.
And Cryos is down, right?
Yes. Cryos is losing a lot of quote-unquote blood.
I'm going to be dashing to go get Rowan.
Okay. Rowan, you will be at the end of the initiative order, but Augie, you can just wake him up. Roleplay this for me.
Aki like dashes over and essentially pounds on Rowan. Rowan! Rowan, get up!
Okay, what? Rowan sort of just groggily rolls, like, he's... Is it okay if I just say why I think Rowan would have been asleep all this time? He was lying just, like, face down, just, like, face on... I don't know, is he sleeping on the floor or on a bed?
There would have been mattresses.
He's sleeping just, like, face down on a mattress, so he rolls over to face Augie, and just... his eyes are wide looking, and just... What?
Aki essentially like grabs him by the scruff of his shirt, like dragging him onto his feet. You're dying!
What are you doing?
Ryan's dying! Get up!
Oh gosh, Rowan gets up.
I would hope so. Yeah, and you can take your turn.
How far am I from Orion?
You are just across the warehouse. You can get to him in this turn, as long as you use your broom.
Can I heal him from here, maybe, or?
You would have to get up to him.
Oh, okay. Just remembering, because I healed someone at a distance at one point earlier.
These are much graver wounds.
Okay, I see.
You need to be precise about this.
Okay, so I'm rolling flight, and then I add 10?
Yeah.
If I use my broom? Okay.
If you use your broom, you can just get to Orion for free, but you'd have to roll to try to get to where Cryos and Elawin are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to Orion then, using my broom, and just try to heal him, I guess? Like, the wounds, where are they exactly? Like, just in the chest area, or
There is one
vital?
There is one huge wound in the chest.
Is this the one that Orky tried to cauterize?
Yes. In fact, you notice it. Rowan, you have a much better knowledge of medical things. You can tell that Orion will be fine. However, your gaze is drawn to where Cryos and Elawin are, who are both near death.
When you say Orion will be fine, what does that entail? Like, fine?
You could take time later and heal Orion slowly and carefully, and you wouldn't have to rush anything.
Okay.
Orion is not imminently going to die.
Okay, I see. Ron's just gonna sort of rapidly glance between Orion and then the fight, and then Orion, and then the fight, and then Orion again, and then the fight again, and he's just gonna sort of throw his hands out and try and put Cryos and Elawin both in like a sort of like what he did to Blaine in the duel, just sort of a timeout bubble thing. Like the very tight-fitting shields.
They're not fighting. They're both.
I thought they were still fighting.
They're both bleeding
Oh
out.
wait. Oh, I misinterpreted. Okay. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna. Oh gosh. I'm gonna heal them both, I guess. I don't know what's going on.
Do you say that out loud?
I mean, I think Ron would just assume that Augie. Well, Augie didn't tell him anything about what was going on, so I think he would
All she
assume
said
that
was that
whoever.
Orion is dying.
Yeah, so I think he would assume that whoever attacked Orion also attacked Elawin and Cryos and then made a getaway. So he's going to try and heal the two of them. Because they look not fine, I assume?
They're definitely not fine.
Okay, yeah, he's going to just throw his hands out towards both of them and try and heal them. Because,
Okay.
Wait, no, they're probably worse. So that
They're at a distance. And I will let you try to heal them both from a distance, but you will have to roll a chaos die. And
Like for rolling from a distance or for healing them both?
you're going to have to roll a chaos die for casting with 2 hands.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to roll an order die with disadvantage for both of them.
Because of the distance thing?
Because of the distance.
Ah, okay.
Because doing it from
Can
all
I
the way
still-
over here is very imprecise.
Can I try to use my broom to get closer, or would that movement thing too late?
You already chose to go to Orion.
Okay. Gosh. Do either of them look more likely to hold out? for longer?
They both equally look like they are about to die.
Right, okay, well. He's gonna try to heal them both. Do I roll chaos first?
Chaos will be first, because this will influence both
Okay.
rolls.
Okay. 1d100. 55.
It will go exactly as you roll them.
Okay, and then roll order with disadvantage? Like twice? Or
twice.
once and then that applies to both of them?
Twice. With disadvantage
So
both
roll with
times.
disadvantage twice. Okay.
Declare who you're healing first.
Elawin, I think.
Okay. This first roll will be for Elawin.
How do I
You need-
roll a d100 with disadvantage?
So you just roll 2 d100s, and you will take whichever is further from 50.
I got exactly 50 with disadvantage. Wait, hold on.
You want the one that is... You will be taking the one that is further from 50.
Okay,
would
in that
be the
case, 56.
So that would
So,
be...
yeah, but I
Yeah,
56
minus 20, so it'd be 56.
That would be the equivalent of a
Okay.
14. And I will
Wait, hold
write
on.
out after this how order rolls work, like math-wise, since you guys are using them now. So that will heal Elawin for 1.
And then in Cryos. A 23.
You just got a 3?
Yeah.
Or do you have any bonuses to your order rolls?
It would be the
That's with-
plus minus 20.
Oh, that's right. You have plus minus 20. Then no, that actually would have been a 34. Since you would have gotten a 56, essentially. From that 76. So, Elawin, you
Yeah,
heal...
wait, that's why I
yeah,
said-
you heal 1. With a 23... That's only a 13, so that will not help Cryos, unfortunately.
Gosh. Oh dear. And there's nothing else I can do this turn, right?
You could use AP if you had it, but I'm pretty sure you used it already.
Yeah, I only have 1 left.
You
Wait.
only need 1.
Oh, right, to try to wake up.
You only need 1.
Wait, but I thought you couldn't use AP on Chaos or Order rolls.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, no. I forgot. Sorry. Yeah, so that's just going to be a no for Cryos. Who is now going to roll his death save. which he succeeds.
Which means he doesn't go up one, but doesn't go down one either.
No, he succeeds, so he will
Ah,
get closer to 10. He is now at 13 out of 15 to die. So he needs to be healed 3 more times to be stable, but Elawin, it is your turn to roll a death save. Or actually, are you back to 10 of 10?
no, I'm at 12 of 10.
Okay.
11 of 10.
You were at 11 of 10. Lysander, you are still pushing this coconut water into Elawin's system, trying to help her. Do you continue doing that, or would you like to do something else?
I'll continue doing that. I don't know how to help someone who's bleeding white.
Fair enough. Okay, just roll the same thing then. That's much better. Alright, Elawin, you are stable. In fact, you got double the DC, so Elawin, you would actually go down to 9. You would be awake now. And that's a good question. Elawin, how are you feeling when you wake up?
She kind of just sits up and she kind of looks over at Cryos for a moment. Before looking over at Lysander and just say, "Go help Orion. I'll help him." And she kind of stands up and starts walking over to him.
Okay. Now that you are up, you will be next in initiative. So, it will be your turn.
Yeah, she's gonna look down at him, and Lysander's still looking at her, right? Is Lysander still looking at her?
Hi, yes, he is.
You'd see the shining golden light of her eyes change to red in an instant, and watch as the wires that she was using to cut off his arm, tried to cut off his arms, wrap around his neck as she tries to behead him.
Can I react to that?
I will let you roll for him.
What?
So, basically, here's how this is going to work. Since he is unconscious, he does not get any bonus to his grit. He will just be rolling his grit flat. Or
gonna,
you can choose to
cut
interpose.
the wire.
Yes, so you could choose to roll to attempt to save him, essentially. So instead of opposing with his roll, you will oppose with your roll. Does
What
that make
do I
sense?
roll to do that? Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Are you just trying to cut it with your sword or with water?
With my sword.
Okay. So let me just look at your sheet real quick. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. So because you're using Daedalus, You will be rolling flight plus magic plus specialization. Fight, sorry. I hope I
And I
didn't.
assume mine's brawn plus magic plus specialization.
Yes.
What's my fight?
Your fight is a d8. Cryos does still get to add his grit, but it probably won't be much. Okay, actually he got a 15, so you're adding to a 15.
33.
Okay.
I got 13. Oh fuck, that's just short. I should have gone for water.
So with 28 versus 33. Okay, he will only take 1 degree. Lysander, what do you do?
Man, I rolled really poorly on that. The dice are not in my favor today.
Oh, yeah.
What's the thing made of?
They're just like
Yeah.
arcane wires, essentially.
Damn. I still got fucking coconut water.
Hey, it's still water.
Trying to think of something that makes sense that I could actually do with the water. Oh fuck, I'm gonna pressure wash it. Can I pressure wash the wire?
Yeah, I mean, you are able to stop her, so just tell me how he does it.
He just points Daedalus at the wires and shoots water at it at incredibly high pressure. Cuts through them.
Okay. You see as these wires are still able to dig into his neck, but they do not behead him.
She shoots her head at Lysander, and in a low growl, she's like, "Stay out of it." As her eyes, as they become a deeper crimson red. And you
He's
see,
fucking unconscious.
you
And that's
see
my friend.
the once golden hearthfire light flames slowly start to turn crimson red with bits of orange.
And Lysander...
He's not making eye contact.
Lysander, you are a powerful enough wizard that you would just be able to recognize that's chaos magic.
In her eyes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he's not really looking.
But that's what I'm saying is, like, you would be drawn to see it, essentially.
Damn.
And Augie, you're up. You just saw Elawin try to behead the unconscious Cryos.
As you also see that the scales that were already growing seem to also start to slowly grow around her eyes, and her horns grow even longer as the scales also slowly grow farther up to about her shoulders.
Augie? I mean, hey, just roleplay it. What's Augie thinking right now?
terror, confusion, sheer anger. Orion almost died. Cryos attacked them. What is she supposed to do? Augie is fuming as she stomps over to where Cryos, Elawin, and Lysander are. Is Cryos conscious? Yes?
No. Cryos? Not at all. Cryos is completely unconscious.
What is even leaking out of him?
It seems to be pure order magic.
No remnant of the Black Ichor?
Nope.
What? Why would he... Elawin, what happened?
She says nothing. She's still glaring at Lysander. As the flames seem to grow hotter. As it almost seems like the magic around her is being burned.
Elawin. Elawin. Augie reaches out to go grab Elawin.
As you run over to her, and you feel your emotions boiling in your chest, you feel where your fingers are begin to extend out with this galaxy-like magic. As both your hands become claws, and you can feel these horns starting to curl around the sides of your head. You are still in control, but
Augie, through her anger, barely seems to notice as she tries to grip onto Elawin's arm.
Elawin, I will let you make another chaos roll to try and fight. I will not tell you the DC.
63.
63 is not gonna do it.
As soon as Augie grabs her arm, she sort of turns and claws Augie in the face with these gauntlets.
Holy.
And I will let you make a free fight check for that. Augie, roll grit. Also, this is considered an offensive. This is considered an offensive action.
Would this still be with magic?
No magic.
No magic?
Just fight. Plus the 15 for being an offensive action.
So, do I just get those for right now?
While you are under the influence of chaos, yes.
Ouch. 28.
Woo!
Augie, that will be 4 points of exhaustion.
As she claws and kind of launches Augie back at Lysander. And the claw mark burns. It burns like you've never felt pain before.
Actually, Augie, you would recognize this pain. This is the same searing pain that Corvus inflicted on you when he possessed you.
as the orange energy seems to mingle closer with the crimson flames.
Augie stumbles back into Lysander, clutching her face. Like letting out a small shriek as she does so.
Stay out of the way, little one. I have something that needs doing. He
Rowan.
will not make it out of this place alive.
What do you think you're doing? Attacking me? Attacking Cryos? What did Cryos do?
He's the
What
one
do you do?
He's the one who hurt Orion first.
Elawin, you feel this need to eliminate the threat because you know that he tried to hurt Orion. And nobody hurts Orion. He is yours to protect. And in this moment, in this flash of rage, I need you to roll another chaos die to try and resist.
$104.
You feel yourself starting to regain control, but not quite. Rowan, it is your turn.
Was I close enough to hear any of that? Do I know that Cryos attacked Orion then? Or...
She's not exactly being quiet about it.
Yeah, no, Rowan, you saw all of that happen. Including her raking Augie across the eyes. Or across the face.
I'm not keen on seeing that happen, so I'm just going to... How bad is Kraus looking now? Is he still really bad?
Yeah. He, again, looks on the brink of death. He seems to be fighting against it, but not winning.
Can I try to get closer before I do anything?
Yes.
Okay. How close can I get? Like, can I
You can
get
get to them.
Okay. How far apart are Elawin and Kraus right now? Like, do I have time to stand between them and just, like, try something?
Elawin is currently has wires wrapped around Cryos in her hand, and she is lifting him slightly off the ground. There is no between them.
Okay, right. What? Did I see her conjure the wires, or did she just have wires for beheading?
She created them.
Could I then remove the wires, like how I removed the chains, like ages ago in that one adventuring class session? Like by trying to just sort of...
Well,
I don't
these
know.
aren't chaos oriented. They are purely.
Yeah, no, but it's still magic.
Yeah.
You can try.
Okay. Because I'm just thinking it'd be like that thing
To-
where you sort of just...
To counterspell them would be... Like, to dispel them would be a brains plus magic roll.
Okay.
And it would be resisted by Elawin's brains plus magic.
Oof.
Oh. Okay. So then could I after that try to just put Ellen in a just in a very tight fitting barrier just like to buy some time to actually deal with this situation before it escalates even further?
You can, but that will be a separate roll.
Okay. Do I roll chaos because I'm casting twice?
Yes.
Okay. Let's roll that
So-
first. 53.
We'll do exactly what you want it to.
Okay. So roll brains plus magic for
Yep.
the spell thing.
Your
So
DC is 11.
And I assume
I
that
thought it
wouldn't
was
be with special.
contested.
Would it be with specialization or not?
Not for either of you.
Not to resist. It's only with attacking with them.
Oh, lucky break. So that's 14.
You are able to dispel the wires.
Okay, and then the barrier thing. What do I roll for that?
That will be grit plus magic plus specialization.
Oh, wait, plus specialization?
Yep. You're trying to make this out of order magic, right?
Yeah, but I thought I specialized in necromancy.
You have both.
Oh, okay. So,
Just like Augie also has a specialization in chaos magic she just never uses.
Hey, you give me a second. I'm about to cook.
the grit plus magic plus specialization, so
Yep.
1d20 plus 9 plus 1d6.
And this will be resisted by Elawin's Brawn.
28.
No magic.
Eight.
Okay. So this barrier will have a hardness of 4 points. So how that will work is, Elawin, you may attack it on your turn, but you will have to break it. Do you say anything, Rowan? Or tell me how this looks.
Did Rowan run over here, or did he have to use his broom to get close enough for this?
You could run. You were close
Okay,
enough.
Rowan's running over to Elawin and Kryos, and while he's running, he is just trying to cast as many spells as he can to sort of diffuse the situation. And while this is happening, wait, so hold on, let me just summarize what I currently know. I know that, well, according to Elawin thinks that Kryos attacked Orion. I didn't see this happen.
You did not see this happen. Augie also did not see this happen.
And Orion was not saying anything to me while I was next to him.
Nope.
Okay. Do I know anything else, or is that about it?
That's about it. That is all the
Great.
information you have to go on.
And I do know that Ella was trying to kill Kraus
Yes.
for thinking that.
You were able to tell that that Elawin already knocked him out, and she is trying to finish the job.
So while he's just frantically just waving his hands about trying to like cast these spells, he's gonna call out to Helen, saying, "What are you doing? I don't understand. What? Can we just take a second, please?"
No breaks. He has to pay.
What? What?
He tried to kill him. He tried to take him away from me again.
And so you're gonna take him? Wait. So
Kryos,
you're gonna take Chris away from Orion?
Kryos would never touch Orion. Kryos loves Orion. This could have been his
Matt-
fault.
Things are married. Can I look at Kryos? Does he? I guess he's unconscious, so I can't really do any sort of insight check.
He looks perfectly normal
Is
to
the
you.
core still there?
Nope. He looks perfectly normal to you.
Okay. Oh gosh. I'm just gonna say, I don't think getting rid of Christ is going to help Orion. I think that would upset him more. Yeah.
And as you talk about how Orion would feel, it is Orion's turn. And you all could see as stumbling off of the bed and limping out of the hole in the wall, Orion is going to lift up a hand and attempt to cast something. Yeah, you see as Orion attempts to cast a spell, but he just stumbles forward and falls. And it looks like he's trying to say something, but none of you can hear him.
You can kind of, if you're actually looking, you can kind of see that after what she said the last time, there's almost golden tears streaming down her face.
Next up in turn order will be Cryos' death save. He barely passes. And now I need Elawin and Augie to both roll chaos dice.
$112.
This time, Elawin, you are able to fight off the possession. Augie, however, you are not. You are compelled to take offensive action against Elawin, whatever that means to Augie.
Of course.
And you can all see as Augie begins to hum with chaos magic, this orange and black crackling energy surrounding her.
As I assume the orange energy starts to fade from Elawin.
Indeed it does.
And as it fades, you can see that the crimson red flame starts to slowly return back to the golden hearthfire warmth that it was before. As you can see, she is still crying. There are still tears streaming down her, now once again, golden eyes. As she kind of just falls to her knees with her hands against the shield.
Lysander, it is your turn.
And she appears to just be mumbling something.
I've been half zoned out. What's the scene around me at the moment?
Right now, Cryos is still fighting for his life. Elawin is no longer possessed and is in a bubble that Rowan has created. And Augie
Currently crying her eyes out.
And Augie is humming with this chaos magic. And it looks like her gaze is fixed on Elawin.
Well, that's like Augie's default state, so I'm going to go check on Kairos.
Okay. Cryos is still definitely unconscious, definitely bleeding out.
Can I use magic to like pull the wound together? Well, wounds,
Yeah.
whatever, like pull.
Roll brains plus magic. No specialization unless you're using water. But you can still just roll brains plus magic, which is still stupid high for you. You just have to beat a 13.
Yippee.
Hell yeah. Tell me how you pull his wounds together.
I don't know, I just kind of imagine pulling them like, yeah, I don't know how to, how to just do it. Why are you making me describe this? Like invisible stitches, I don't know.
Hell yeah. You do this, and the wounds seem to close, and while they are still bleeding, it's nowhere near as much. And Elawin is up.
She's just going to just try to expand the shield, like kind of push it outwards as she kind of just like curls into a ball and hugs her knees.
Okay.
She's not really trying to break it.
Yeah, just roll me brawn. DC will be significantly lower since you're not trying to break it. Yeah,
19.
a 19 super does it.
Yeah, she just kind of curls into a ball and is just kind of rocking back and forth with the golden tears just streaming down her face as she's kind of just mumbling to herself. Just kind of clutching her head.
And immediately after that will be Augie.
Augie is super fixated on Elawin, quaking with rage and that crackling orange energy. And in her confused rage, she turns to Elawin. How do I know it wasn't you, Orion? You could have told me anything. You could have told me anything. Cryos would never do this. I've never even liked you from the start. The only reason I put up with you because you're Rowan's sister. And with that, Augie charges at Elawin, raising her clawed fist as it swirls with the very same orange and black magic. Summoning
As Augie says that, she kind of stops rocking and kind of just sits on her knees and just, sister?
Augie doesn't respond, she launches the Chaos Bolt
Okay.
at Elawin.
Roll chaos.
Oh my god!
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't think that shield's gonna hold up.
So, Elawin, you don't even need to roll for this.
Bro.
I'm going to narrate how this happens, and we are going to go out of initiative. I would like you all to please mute. We see as, in what all seems like one instance, Augie charges and fires out this chaos bolt. However, it seems like time slows as the camera slowly pans to Orion mumbling on the ground, but meters away, casting a spell to heal Cryos. We see as Cryos comes to consciousness and in an instant throws his hand out, and as this chaos bolt impacts the barrier, we watch as this crackling black and orange energy consumes the order magic, and it all seems to wreath inward towards Elawin. And it looks like in this black and orange energy, Elawin is deconstructed. And a moment passes, and then slowly, in front of Cryos, she reappears as he clutches his fist. And Cryos, with ragged breath, stands and puts an arm around Elawin, and then the other. And as they both stand there, weak, he hugs her. Elawin cries, and Orion also stumbles towards them as Rowan and Augie stand in shock, and Lysander trying desperately to help. And we see as Cryos, Orion, Elawin, and Lysander all stand in this small area. And Orion will hug Elawin and Cryos as well. and offer his hand to Lysander. Should he take it? Alec, you can respond, by the way. Lysander, you put your hand in his, and he pulls you closer to join in this hug. The camera pans out some more, and we see Augie and Rowan next to each other. Quiet. You may all unmute.
Elawin is just openly sobbing now.
That's not the song I wanted, sorry.
And as she's hugging them, all she's saying is, "I'm sorry," over and over again.
Augie, you are no longer possessed. Thank you for asking, but you would have been bereft of that possession as soon as you fired the bolt.
Augie looks on hollowly at the group and slowly looks up at Rowan. Rowan,
Rowan's just sort of sat on the floor, he just has a blank stare. He's thinking.
Augie goes to put her hand on his shoulder and hesitates.
Rowan doesn't seem to even notice. He's just somewhere else.
I didn't. Rowan. Augie begins to backpedal, quietly backing away from the group, and her footsteps grow louder as she turns and just runs the other way. She doesn't care where she's going. She's going somewhere, away from them. She's horrified.
Augie, you would get to the hole in the wall before you are stopped.
Who's in my way?
There is nobody in your way. There is a white wall in your way.
What? Of what?
There is a wall of shimmering white energy in front of you.
Can I touch it? I reach out my hand and touch it.
It's just a wall. Looks like order magic. You look back at the group. Ryos has his hand extended out towards you. And he makes a hand gesture at you to come over to him.
Augie glances to the wall, then back at Cryos. Before slowly approaching, her eyes round. She looks as guilty as I can be, like a little girl with her hand in the cookie jar as she comes up to Cryos. She doesn't say anything.
He doesn't either. He just wraps his arms around you. He waits a moment, and Augie, we cannot run from our mistakes.
It's so hard. I don't know if I can fight anymore.
You can always fight.
Elawin's going to kind of stand up now and kind of pull herself away from Orion. And she's going to walk over to Augie and Cryos, and she just kind of looks at Cryos for a moment before looking at Augie.
Augie shuffles away from Cryos and hides behind him essentially as Elawin approaches. Terrified.
Elawin's going to get down on her knees and kind of motion Augie forward towards her.
You must be Elawin, yes. I am deeply sorry.
She kind of just shakes her head. There were many mistakes on both sides. She kind of chuckles softly. I guess this place is finally getting to me after all this time. Before she kind of looks at Augie again and once again motions her to come forward.
Augie glances up to Cryos for reassurance.
Okay.
She then very, very apprehensively walks up to Elawin.
And once she's within reach, Elawin is just going to kind of cup her cheeks and put her forehead against Augie's. And just, you see more of these golden tears just streaming down her face. As just softly you hear, I have maimed you in a way that will never heal. I have hurt those who the one closest to me cherishes. And she's going to, you see the golden flame kind of wreath itself along her wings as it moves to her hands, and she traces the claw marks and attempts to sort of fade them away. As the flames this time, they're not the same burning hot. It's more so like sitting next to a camp. It's more like sitting next to a fireplace with your family. It feels warm and homely. Very similar to how the shelters that she's made up to this point have felt. It feels safe.
And as this happens, Lysander, you feel something familiar. Knock, knock. Feels like
Kind of afraid
Octavius.
to answer. What? I answer?
So, you hear a lot of things, and to you they sound like... But they also come with feelings. And I would like you to roll brains to interpret as Octavius attempts to speak to you in his native tongue. A 20 is exactly the DC you needed to understand everything. So you get 3 messages. 1, you are in danger. And your mind is drawn to Cryos. So you assume this one is a little late. The second is the children are safe. And the third message is, where are you? If you want to make funny noises to respond to him, you can, but otherwise you can send him 1 message, 10 words or less.
Um, I'm just gonna say I'm in Brisbane. Where are you?
Okay. It takes a moment, but you get back a message. Lysander. And you feel like there's been a connection established. You are in Brisbane as well. Lysander. Where are you?
An abandoned warehouse.
I'm coming to find you.
How? What? How?
The children are safe. Honoratas.
What?
We shall
What
find
did you
you.
just...
I'm sorry, I
Can I
cannot
back
speak
up?
long.
What?
Lysander, please stay safe. We will save you.
You too, buddy. What? We?
We.
Who is we?
I have been given a body suitable of my
Oh,
magic.
a body? Please.
It is hard to explain over, how do you say, over the phone.
What is that?
Over our link like this, it is hard to say.
Whatever. Okay, fine.
You are. And you feel this crazy amount of magic overtake your mind. And your consciousness is pulled up. And you see the entirety of Brisbane all at once. I see where you are. I am on my way. And very distantly, you hear choo-choo, choo-choo. In fact, you all hear that.
Elawin kind of pulls her head away from Augie and kind of looks in the direction of where it came from before pulling her closer, almost trying to shield her.
Augie just lets this happen, willingly clinging on to Elawin.
What's Lysander doing after that?
What is Lysander doing? Has he just been talking in his mind, like staring off into space, and then we just hear these thoughts?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's just looking up, and he kind of just slowly sits down on the ground. He can't handle this right now.
But to make a very long conversation short, Lysander, you do feel like Octavius is safe. Whatever he meant by the other stuff.
Lysander's just there, is like pinching his head, like, well, I don't know how to describe that. I don't know. He's like head in hands, just.
Lysander's had enough of this shit.
Elawin just kind of stands up, still holding Augie in her arms. As she kind of reapproaches the group and stands next to Rowan.
You go to stand next to Rowan and realize he is not there. He is gone.
She starts looking around.
Gone.
Can she try to feel for any trace of his magic?
You can try. Brains plus magic.
Ouch. Not good.
Augie lets go of Elawin. Where's Rowan? Where did he
What?
go?
Well, Elawin was holding Augie
Ow!
in her arms
Oh,
when
okay.
she stood up.
Whoopsie. I still asked the question though. Like, where is he?
I don't know.
And just while you're rolling this, I will let you all know that now that you've all kind of been doing your own thing, opposite the wall where the hole was, Cryos and Orion seem to be leaned up against each other, sleeping. And what'd you get for that roll?
9.
It looks like he went outside, but that's as far as you get. It looks like he did go somewhere else after that, but you aren't able to follow it that far. I think, Augie, you misunderstand what the barrier was. That was just Cryos stopping you.
Elvin's going to go up to the point where she stopped feeling his energy. And just kind of stand there.
Rowan, without saying where you're at, you can see her doing that.
Yeah.
Still holding Augie in her arms.
Augie just clings on to Elawin.
Rowan would Actually, would he notice?
Yeah, you could see the both of them.
Would he be able to? Would he hear them at least? Because I feel like he wouldn't see them at first.
You can see and hear them.
Okay, so he would probably hear them first and then look.
Okay.
And I think he would consider going over to them, but his head's a bit of a mess right now. He's just gonna wait for a few more minutes.
Okay.
Elawin's just gonna kind of put her head against Augie's again and just say, "Wherever he is, I hope that he is safe." It's not, and she kind of chuckles. It's not every day you find out that you have a brother you didn't know about.
It's not every day you almost smite your best friend's sister out of existence either, is it?
No, it's been quite a crazy day for everybody, hasn't it?
It really has. Rowan didn't want to
Surely this
tell
will
you.
have no lasting trauma. Surely. Surely not.
Surely not. Surely not. Rowan, he didn't want to tell you, so I didn't want to say anything. I didn't mean to bring it about.
I'm sure there was reasons. It's, well,
Your dad, he was Drake, right?
she nods her head. Drake Garrion. And, well, my mother, well, I'm sure she's fine. She's with... After I disappeared, I assumed that they'd look for me, but I do not know for how long. And if you do not know of my mother, then I assume that she, well, she left him. Probably went over to Uncle Cragdragon.
Crag Dragon? I'm sorry,
My mother's side.
just need a moment.
You wouldn't
So-
think we're related with... He doesn't like changing. I'm sure he knows how, but last time I saw him, I was, well, still just a little kid.
Last time I saw him, he called my mom a bitch. But I digress. I was mentioning it because, well, Drake was my peepaw. He was, well, not by blood, but he was also Rowan's dad. With Rowan's mom, Michelle.
Well, the world has an interesting way of connecting people, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, suppose so. You said you haven't seen him in a long time, right?
Well, I have been here for, I would assume, well over 1,000 years now.
I've never.
Time, from the few moments I have spoken with Malaise, he has said that time works a little differently here. And he also asked me to help people that needed it. So I have tried my best to keep the people who show up here safe as best I could. Get them to safe places.
I see.
And, well, when you all found me, I was on my way to investigate after somewhere new appeared. Before I was, well, attacked by these creatures that have started to show up now.
Do you mean the
And-
academy?
Yes, well, that is what
Drake's there.
that is what that giant castle is.
Starsong Academy. Drake's there. He.
That is where I was going to go with Orion, but I was whisked away here before the choosing. I can only imagine how hard it was for Orion. He always was kind of a crybaby.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
I mean, it's true. Like.
I still remember. She kind of flexes her arm. I can still remember the thrashing I gave the bullies who would pick on him. Sent a few to the doctors. I think I broke one's arm once.
Really?
I got it. Dad wasn't too pleased about that.
Drake always
Oh.
liked it when I was in his magic dueling class. But you look more like the bully yourself.
Well, when you have to fight all your life, well, things change. She kind of puts Augie on her shoulders now.
Augie willingly lets this happen. This is cool. All is well. Sort of.
Well, what all has changed out there since I've been gone?
Since you've been gone?
I believe it was around 1612 was around when I disappeared. Or was it earlier?
12?
No, it would have
It's-
been later. Perhaps.
It's 2012.
Been a well. It's been
I think you
quite a long.
overestimated a little bit.
It's been quite a long time.
Do you even know what half the stuff is nowadays? Do you even know what chocolate is?
Well.
Answer the question.
It was made with cocoa beans, correct? I do not know what they've changed about things.
Yeah. That's
But,
pretty much it.
well,
Rowan and I would make smoothies and we would use chocolate in it.
smoothies.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to make one for me when we get back. There are many things that I will have to learn with how different the world is now. Some of the survivors have taught me of newer things. I don't understand all of it, but...
Don't worry, Rowan showed me a lot of new things too. I didn't even know what a microwave was.
What is a microwave?
It's like a heating magic machine that goes It kind of makes that
Interesting.
noise. It heats up
believe I have-
lasagna.
believe I have seen these boxes that hum, though none of them have ever worked.
Huh. When we get to a microwave next, you'll have to be with Rowan and I for the microwave. We like the microwave a lot.
There's much that you will have to teach me then. And she kind of just looks up at Augie.
Augie looks down. Although her cheeks are dry with her own tears, she smiles through them anyways.
She smiles back up. Yeah, Augie's on her shoulders.
Yep.
After a few moments, Elawin would kind of take her off her shoulders and set her back on the ground. And once again lean down and put her forehead to Augie's, kind of tracing the scar that's probably gone from her eyes to her cheek, and kind of just rubs her face a little bit. I am truly sorry for a wound like this. I'm sure your mother would not be too pleased about it, given how much she seems to care.
Oh. I'm sure she's fine. I should really talk to her. Goodness. But I consider us equals. Considering I almost,
Yes,
we weren't ourselves.
erased me from existence.
That, yeah. I'm sorry.
Well, we were both kind of taken over by the corrupting nature of this place. Emotions run high and weaken the barrier of the soul. It is easier if you are not calm of mind and centered. It is very easy to lose yourself. Keep in mind that if you are strong of mind and keep calm about a situation, this place cannot take as strong of a hold.
I'm like really bad at that, but I'll try.
She just kind of rubs her thumb over her cheek one last time before she kind of ruffles her hair. Let's get back inside. I'm sure Rowan will be back eventually. I do worry, but well, I believe there's things that even he needs to think about.
Yeah. I know
And-
he's had it rough. I try to be there for him. I try.
When they go back inside, Elawin kind of creates a small crystal spire in the middle of everybody that kind of radiates that golden flame. As she just kind of has her, and she just kind of sits down next to it.
Okay, I'm back. So you would notice when you get back that Cryos seems to still be sitting down where they were, but Orion does not.
Is Cryo still asleep?
Yes. Cryos is snoring quite loud.
Elawin's going to kind of look around for where Orion might have gone.
You don't have to look very hard. You can see Orion is kind of stumbling away.
She kind of walks over and grabs the back of his shirt.
Hey!
Just where do you think you're going?
Shh. Give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
She kind of raises her eyebrow. And where, pray tell, are you going?
It's a secret.
A secret?
You almost killed my husband. I think I deserve to have a secret.
At this, she kind of cocks her head. A husband, you say?
We'll talk about it later.
Very well. She kind of lets him go.
Okay.
But she keeps her eye on him as he walks away.
He stops walking when you let go, and he kind of, these wings of flame come out of his back, and he goes onto the roof. And after a few minutes, Rowan, you feel a tapping on your back.
Rowan sort of just like slowly glance back.
It's Orion.
Rowan nods his head in greeting. He's not feeling ready to talk yet.
Orion just sits down next to you. Don't want to talk?
Rowan just sort of shrugs, then shakes his head. And then he stares up at the sky? Question mark?
I have to tell you a secret. I have to confess something. I almost died, so I figured I should tell you. I've been playing
Rowan
on your
doesn't say
DS while you've been asleep.
Rowan's head snaps towards Orion. You what?
I heard you telling Elawin about what it was, so I wanted to give it a shot. Are there any games that Rowan doesn't normally play that he has in his DS case, maybe?
Let me think.
Something that would be that could very clearly be seen is not something he normally uses.
He has that brain age thing that he played once and then thought, wait, this isn't actually a proper game, is it? And then he just went back to Legend of Zelda things. So that's just been in the case for ages.
Yeah, I've been playing this, it's called Brain Age. It didn't look like you were playing it, so I figured it was okay. It's not really very much of a game.
It isn't.
Sorry.
Really isn't.
I didn't mean to touch your stuff. I just didn't want you to find my save file and have a nostalgic moment as you think back on my corpse.
Oh. Hey. Rowan just sort of sighs.
Orion laughs a little.
Looks at Orion.
Got you to talk.
Yeah. I mean, you did. Yeah.
I know you just want the best for them. I was thinking, if you want, I could teach you some stuff about, like healing magic. And some ways to use necromancy for not healing things. Since you're always sneaking off at night.
Rowan's just going to consider this for a moment. He knows it would probably be for the good of everyone else if he actually figured this necromancy thing out in more depth. So after a bit of consideration, he just sort of nods that that's probably a good idea.
Okay.
Just,
Not right now, though.
yeah, I'm sorry about before.
Why are you sorry? You didn't do anything wrong.
You know, after everything that happened, it was just too much to. Wait, no, I'm not talking about just now. I'm talking about like before all of this, like the first time we met.
Oh,
I'm sorry about that.
it's okay. You
don't
thought
want
I
to make
was a
excuses,
crow
I just-
demon guy that was gonna kill people.
Yeah,
It happens.
the crow demon thing.
I mean, it doesn't happen anymore, but, you know, people
Yeah,
get possessed, it's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. I know it wasn't your fault. I knew then too. I think I just didn't want to think about it. It was a lot, so I just avoided you, and I think I treated you unfairly. And yeah, I'm sorry.
I think you were just trying to lead your friends. And even if you weren't, I was a crow demon guy that killed people. I don't blame you. But that guy's gone now. And I really care about all you guys. So just don't beat yourself up so much.
I promise this. They sort of just, like, chuckles
Nope,
a
you're
little.
gonna have to pinky promise if you want to get out of this.
Rowan's face sort of mid-grain just drops, and he makes this like exaggerated sigh before putting out his hands.
And Orion will pinky swear with you. Okay. You want me to tell them you're up here, or do you want me to just leave you alone?
I mean, did they see you come up here?
They saw me come up here, I didn't tell them why.
They'll probably figure it out.
I was just gonna tell
Probably
them I was
kinda
getting
have.
some alone time, but you should talk to
Oh.
Augie. She's looking for you.
Yeah, probably.
And your
should.
big sis is probably curious about being your big
Yeah.
sis.
Yeah, that's gonna be a conversation. Ron sort of gulps a bit and glances back up at. What does this guy look like again? It's just like cracked glass almost, right?
Hmm?
Hmm?
What'd you say, sorry?
Oh, just double checking, just randomly. Like, what does this guy look like again? It's like cracked glass almost, or something.
The sky? Looks
Or
fine
was
to
that a
you.
different place? No, but like we're in the. Like, I've forgotten.
Oh, the
like-
thing you're thinking about that happened in Chicago session, it hasn't happened yet here.
Huh? Wait, what happened?
Or
to
wait, are you
Chicago
talking about
session?
the... Oh, you mean the, like, the cracked glass, like, over Brisbane?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Ron's just glancing up at that again.
And as you do, you all hear something strange. A tum tum, tum tum, like a heartbeat. And you see as from the center of this malaise realm comes a burst of orange energy.
Elawin, terrified, throws up a crystalline shield in front of the group.
Nothing happens. It just seems to wash over the sky. And you look up, and you see that there's something weird about the sky. Where it used to be this deep maroon with embers, it's starting to get more blue and stars. In fact, you can see stars pretty clearly. Lots of stars. Too many stars.
Elawin just stares in awe and wonder.
And I will let Augie and Rowan make brains checks about this.
Yay!
Augie, you would not quite remember. Rowan, you would remember that that is the same sky that Magica's realm had. It looks like it is starting to merge with this realm.
Is that? Ron's gonna glance at Orion to just see if he's also seeing this.
Orion's mouth is just like jaw on the floor.
That's Magica's stars.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's not good.
Eight.
You
Oh.
ate what?
Anyway.
What?
Why are they here? That's the merging words?
Yeah, this does not look.
Together?
These places can't exist together.
Well, it looks like they are.
Let me roll a brains check for Orion to see if he can figure this out. He's actually pretty stupid. Oh yeah, he gets the DC. Just barely. Oh. Yeah, if those merge too close, we might stop existing.
Oh, that's not ideal. How do we stop that?
Figure out what's going on with Corvus, I guess.
Corvus? Wait, what? I thought
With Malaise? I assume it's gotta be something with that.
Oh gosh, wait, do you think he's still like...
Because he's like their
What?
kid, he's supposed to be like the bridge between them.
Oh,
I don't think this is what it meant
gosh.
when they meant the bridge between them.
Oh no. I just want to get them. This is... Ah, okay. Find Corvus, and... I don't know. Do something? Oh gosh. When... How do we find Corvus, though?
I mean, I assume he's just in the middle at Malaise's castle.
Wait, did Rowan know Malaise had a castle?
You can see it from here. It's huge.
Oh. Wait, what?
I've said this since the
We- we-
beginning. It's always been a silhouette in the background. There were huge braziers that led up to this giant castle.
Oh my goodness, did we just... Oh my god.
It's where
We have
you
to go
guys saw
there.
it's where you guys saw Malays come from in the first place, and
Yeah.
where you
Oh
saw
my
the
gosh.
Corvus possessed Malays start going back to.
Oh my goodness.
It's always been there.
Whoopsie. Just a little missed detail.
Oops.
Yeah, there are currently... Normally, the castle is the only, like, structure in the entire realm. But now there are 3 islands that shouldn't be there.
So, I guess we just go with it then? Oh gosh. I'm gonna be honest, this place kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back to bed.
Yeah, I might come with.
You should go talk to
I mean,
somebody.
like, go down from the roof. Are you okay, by the way?
I'm okay. Just need to go to bed.
Ron. Yeah, okay. Ron's just going to sort of indiscreetly glance at where the stab wound was.
It's like super barely held together by like necromantic magic, but he's not bleeding.
I might try to heal it a bit, maybe?
You look
Like
at
it's a
it,
bit
kind of
further.
looks like right now all that can be done is being done.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could just tell. Like-
Any of his bones damaged?
He's limping. But that's about it.
So, no bone damage for... I don't know what I'm gonna get to use the bone necromancy stuff.
There is one person that's got quite a few broken bones.
What? Who? What? Where?
It's Cryos. He got beaten the shit out of by a dragon lady.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I guess... Yeah. I guess if nothing else is happening up here, Rowan would go over to his broom and just sort of descend.
Is Rowan coming up to the group?
I think so? I'm confused.
You
I
come
guess
down from the
I'm-
roof, and you see as you get down that Cryos and Orion are stood outside the front of the Bunnings, casting a spell together.
Wait, I see this?
Anybody could that's looking.
Well, I don't want to put trying to just completely unprompted fix Cryos's bones, so I might just hold off on that for a bit.
Yeah, you see that
think
the
Elawin
way
and-
that they're
like-
walking, they've like each of them has one arm around the other, and they're kind of like supporting each other as they walk. But they've got it.
Elawin and Augie are too busy staring at the sky.
Augie is fixated on the sky, and she finally breaks her gaze and looks at Elwin. You haven't seen stars in a long while, have you?
She just kind of shakes her head, still staring at the sky. The sky never really changed here.
Huh.
It's the same sight, no matter how many times I looked at it.
Why is it changing now? Well, whatever it is. I guess it's a
Well.
little bit more welcoming.
A lot of things have changed since your academy has shown up. Not all of it good, but not all of it bad either. She kind of smiles down at Augie.
Augie smiles up at her. You know, as much as I hate everything that's happened, and also just I'm probably going to come out of this with probably not who I was. Not like I am who I was anyways.
Well,
I think I wouldn't go back and change it. At least coming to the academy.
I don't really think anybody would stay the same. Life changes no matter where you are. Whether it's good or bad, well, that is up for you to decide whether your changes are for the better or if there are still things that need to be changed. And Elawin is going to kind of create a little... She's going to create a little necklace with her magic. And it has one of the little diamonds that you're used to seeing her create. And she kind of just hands it. She kind of bends down and wraps it around Augie's neck. And as it touches your skin, you feel the same warmth that was there before when the golden flames wreathed her when she attempted to heal the scars.
Oh, thank you. It's warm.
Keep it close. You never know when it might be useful.
Of course, it's pretty.
Okay.
Nods.
Do want to get to the Rowan thing with Elwin and Augie, but first, Lysander.
Hi.
You hear somebody behind you. Ah!
So I'm still sitting in my chair. But
You hear behind you, Mr. Lysander. Hello, Mr. Lysander.
Lysander kind of like picks his head up out of his hands and like looks behind him.
You did not tell me that your friends could revive people from the dead.
They could what?
Yeah, they do that sometimes.
What? I just wanted to say that I am eternally grateful for you and your friends for bringing them here and for helping my people be safe.
It's no problem.
The little one with the long hair said that you were very instrumental in making sure that everybody is alive, and I just wanted to say thank you so much.
Yep.
He's like on the ground, like groveling. Is there anything I can do to make it up for you? Anything, anything. I will cook you all food for a week. For multiple weeks, forever.
I just want to get back to sleep. I'm gonna be real.
I can get you the best house in the warehouse. Anything you want.
I don't care. I just
Oh.
want to go back to bed.
Oh, okay. Well, there should be room for you back in the building. If you want to go back to bed.
Okay. He gets up out of his chair and just walks away.
When you walk into the building, you would notice that it looks almost exactly like it did before you went to bed last night.
He just looks at it for a second and then just goes, just shrugs it off. It's normal now.
Normal now. And you see, Francis is also going and groveling in front of Cryos and Orion. And you can see Orion is actually tending to Cryos' wounds at the moment. And then we, well, actually, Lysander, you want to tell me where you go to bed? What are you looking for? Same place you were sleeping the last night, or?
Yeah, same place next to the remains of the magpie.
Hell yeah.
Wait, would the magpie be restored too?
Is it?
Actually, it would, yeah. The magpie is reconstructed.
What? Kill him!
I kill it again.
Roll me fight.
Just like. Fuck, I forgot my fire.
Just get that little extra anger out for tonight.
I was gonna say, you aren't as angry as you were last night, so let's see if you could summon that rage again.
I'm
Just
pretty
get it
sure
out of
you
your
made me roll
system and go to
brains
bed.
last
You'll
time, so
sleep just fine.
roll.
What'd you say, Alec?
I think you made me roll brains last time, so it was a really high roll. My fight
You
is
can-
like 8.
You can roll brains if you're putting magic into the sword.
Just brains?
Brains and magic if you're using the sword. So I'll just establish this from here on out. Daedalus will always be cast as if you are casting water magic. So if you ever attack with it, it's as if you're casting a water spell.
So I get my proficiency as well?
Mm-hmm. Because of your funny orb that you can channel through everything you do.
It's alright. It's not as high.
Drake gives the best gifts, doesn't he?
Yeah, you kill it and it gives a satisfying. And then you go to bed next to its carcass. And yeah, we can get back to Rowan. Who are you approaching first? I mean, I guess they're together, but
I mean, if they're together, I guess are they in a? How are they just on their own, or?
yeah, right now
Are there
they're just
other
outside.
People.
Yeah, they were out. They were just
Okay.
outside staring at the sky, which I assume they have gone back to doing.
Just
Yeah, I
looking at it.
guess While they, in the short moment where they weren't looking at the sky, Rowan descended and I guess went around to the other side of the warehouse to see them.
Sorry, that was
I
loud. I
guess
was getting some
you just-
TikToks or Tic Tacs.
He peers around the corner of the warehouse, sees them, and I guess approaches. He's not saying anything though. He's just sort of walking over. He just like,
Yeah.
would Elawin hear that? Would hear him approaching?
Mm-hmm.
Elawin kind of looks over and kind of nudges Augie and kind of points over.
Augie looks to where Elwyn is pointing, and her face lights up upon seeing Rowan, and she bounds forward, opening her arms to hug him, then quickly rolls back, realizing, and just kind of shuffles awkwardly.
Elawin just smiles.
Rowan is sort of just like, he smiles when he sees Augie, but he's just standing there, his one arm holding the other, just sort of staring sort of downwards. He's not sure what to say.
Elwyn, seeing these two, just kind of walks up and just kind of puts her arm around both of them. Now, why are you two so awkward? Things happened. It's time to move on.
Damn, Elements. So cool.
Damn,
She kind of
Elwyn.
just looks at Rowan before standing up straight. So, little brother, huh? And she just has. She's grinning. When exactly did you expect to tell me that?
Rowan grimaces, and he glances up at Elawin for a split second before staring at his feet again.
Elawin kind of
I-
takes her finger and puts it under his chin and lifts it back up towards her.
I was going to tell you, eventually, just maybe not when. That okay, but there were other things we had to focus on. It would have been distracting. I'm sorry for not telling you.
Well, it appears as though your little friend kind of did the work for you. Kind of
Rowan.
Looking over at Augie.
Augie gives a little wave.
But it's definitely interesting to know that I have family outside of my parents.
Just wait until she finds out that
Before she
Lysander's
kind
his
of just
uncle.
smiles at Rowan.
Just wait until she finds out that Lysander is his uncle.
Always wanted a little brother, but, well, things happened. Ended up here.
Yeah, that does tend to put a damper on things. I found. Yeah.
Elwin kind of sits down and
Yeah.
kind of just makes a couple chairs and just kind of pats them.
Augie sits down.
Rowan also sits down.
I remember it was a bit of a shocker finding out that, like, Rowan's
Yeah.
the actual dad is Drake. That happened.
How did it go down? She seems genuinely curious. What
Rowan's
all-
just quiet.
I think
I
that's
see. Not exactly a topic to chat about, it seems. Well,
Not yet.
that's all right. It is your business, not mine. But she
do also
just
have-
kind of smiles at Rowan.
Rowan sort of like smiles back faintly. Sorry, one sec.
speaking of parents, I think it's time I call my mom. It's been a day. Augie looks at the little ring that she had, the cat's eye gem, the green one.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I want to call my mommy.
Okay.
Okay.
You start concentrating on it, reaching out for that connection. And then it starts making a weird noise. It goes.
Is it doing that thing that Mia's phone does? Oh.
Good morning. Good morning, Augie.
Oh. Hey, Mom. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Is your chest any better?
Not really, but it doesn't hurt as bad. It can't still talk that good, but working on it.
I'm glad to hear that. I've had a day. Do you want bad news, good news first?
Maybe we save the bad news for later. Just tell me the good news.
Well, oh, it's hard to wrap my head around. Hold on. I got my first scale. Like Dad.
Good job,
think-
honey.
I think claws too. I think it's finally happening. We all thought it wouldn't.
You'll have to show me when you're at the academy next. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. And also, are they like FaceTiming? Is this a FaceTime?
No, it's like a call.
Ah! I was hoping it was like a FaceTime.
No,
Oh, I was gonna show.
it's
I
not
was
that
going
advanced.
to beam Elawin to my mom.
She could hear Elawin if Elawin talked, but like it's like it's on speaker,
Yeah.
but you can't see anything. It's just voice.
And also, I think no, Augie like squints at Elwin for a moment. I think I'm made of friend. I think.
That's
Not
good.
sure.
I wish
Oh,
there
and
was
if
a
you
little
wanna
less
say something.
hesitation, but
That's part of the bad news. I'll get to the bad news later.
you can tell me when you get back. I don't want to think about the bad news right
I don't mean to worry you.
now. I just want to think about my little girl making friends. I'm sure you're doing great. Making friends even in hell.
Somehow. But I suppose I'll talk to you later. You need some rest. I think we all
I'm
do,
gonna go
honestly.
back to bed. Good night.
Good night.
Boop boop.
Beep boop.
They were just kind of talking. Well, I don't type as fast as Robo.
You all can chat again.
Well, things are definitely going to be interesting from now on. But she kind of just smiles at the two before she kind of stretches her wings out and brings both of them in close for a hug.
I think things are already weird enough as it is.
All we've got to do is stick together and, well, I'm sure we'll get through it. Before she kind of winces because, well, she was still pretty injured. But I do think that we should probably get some rest. Ori's husband is pretty strong.
He's...
She kind of rubs where the stab wound was.
Oh gosh!
Oh, right. Rowan, remembering that Elawin had been in a very serious fight, suddenly just sort of. But where is Elawin just like hurt in general?
Well, the major wound is definitely the stab in the chest.
Oh yeah, that would do it. He's going to sort of just reach out a hand and try to heal it as much as he can.
He's much better at the healing thing than I am. You can trust him. I know I do.
For all intensive purposes, you can heal it.
Yay!
Oh,
You guys are about to go
definitely a
to.
lot- You're
go to
definitely a lot
Bendy.
better at this than I am. I never, well, it wasn't really a thing back when I was a kid. I kind of had to learn it from, well, other means.
Sorry, I said that. What did Elawin say again? I'm so sorry.
She was kind of just complimenting Rowan on his necromancy.
Oh, right. Wait, is Elawin not a necromancer then?
Well, she's definitely not as good as she was saying that Rowan was better at it than her.
Like, did she get the white robes or?
She never got her choosing. She never went to a house. She was kidnapped before it happened.
Oh man.
Kidnapped is an extreme word.
Is it?
Spirited away.
She got warped to hell.
That's one way to put it.
She's trying to downplay. She knows it's fucked up.
Aren't we all a little fucked up? Like, I don't know if we can really downplay it anymore.
Especially, you know, being in hell since you were like a 10 to 12-year-old kid. I mean, I'd say she's doing pretty alright for a situation like that. Aside from the crippling mental break that she had before. That she's definitely not going to talk about.
Yeah. Is Rowan done healing Elawin?
Am I?
Yeah, Rowan would have been done with healing her already.
Okay, I think I am.
Okay, I think. Unless there's anything you guys want to do, I think that's probably what we're going to call it.
Elawin's just gonna kind of hug both of them close. And just kind of wrap her ring.
Oh, you want to
wings
do
around the
something with.
three.
Okay. You can do your thing, Mayo. Oh my god.
Oh.
Get out of
Did
my
you drop
fries.
something? Oh my god.
Bitch, get out of my fries. You guys, I'm gonna mute. You guys do your thing.
Elawin, kind of seeing that Augie has things that she wants to talk about, is just gonna kind of smile, ruffle both of their hairs, and just kind of start heading back inside.
Okay,
Stay
smiles.
safe, kiddos.
It's her to goodnight, and that turns to Rowan. She like stares at him, squints.
Rowan starts sweating.
She then reaches up and like grabs him by the collar of his shirt and like pulls him down, just like face to face.
Rowan being bullied by the women around him.
For real.
Okay.
Rowan? I'm glad you're here. I want you to know that you are my best friend. You are my bestest friend. As much as I hate to admit that. You, but, and I want you, since we're besties, since we're best friends, to let me know if I'm doing anything stupid. And I'm going to let you know too.
Rowan nods. His eyes are sparkling as Oki's saying this.
She finally admits it.
Augie, like, looks at him, furrowing her brows, her, like, face flushing. You are incredibly stupid. Do you know that? Did you know that? Or have I told you already?
I think you've told me before, yeah.
Good. I'm sorry for earlier. Augie
It's
hugs him.
Rowan hugs back. About earlier, it's fine. It wasn't your fault the first time. I imagine it wasn't your fault this time. Figure this out.
Augie just kind of shrugs, embracing him. And I'm being serious. I'm glad you're here. You know. Think one of the few things keeping me going here. Remind me of home.
Rowan's just gonna sort of hug Taito. And he's intentionally not letting his face be seen.
Augie is like digging her face into his chest or wherever she reaches, honestly. She's short. And just kind of falls silent, enjoying the moment.
Do they come back inside now?
Do they? Rowan?
I mean, do we?
They don't have to.
I don't know.
Augie, after a long while of silence, she finally like pulls away, but she's like holding onto his hands and like nods. I suppose we should finally get some rest. I'll keep watch for the night. I'll stay up. Considering how heavy you were sleeping this morning, you oughta need more.
No, I mean, I could stay up if you're staying awake. It's fine.
We'll compromise. We'll both stay up.
Okay. That works for me.
If you're tired in the morning, I'm beating you up.
Okay.
And they go inside. Augie is still holding on to Rowan's hand. Oh.
EP time.
And as Augie and Rowan enter and everybody gets situated to try and go back to sleep, the camera pans over as Cryos stands next to the door. And we fade to black. And that is where we'll end the session for today.